So this is the first demonstration of using an animation notification with your game character. So you can see here I'm swinging a sword, this character, and as I'm swinging a sword these things are being created. And if you look carefully you'll see that they're matching specific points of the sword cycle that I have set by code. And notice that the brightest one, the red one, actually shows up first, even though the larger one is green, but it turns out that in-game the green larger one isn't quite as bright because of the specific material that I'm using. This is just a random example really, but so red first, then green, then blue, right? So I want the red one to be the one in the middle. And I'm going to show you how to change this and how an artist can change this without having to know any code. They can actually go into the animation notification and fix this, and then go right back in game and test it. I'm sort of making up a reason why I have to. Like I'm saying, oh, I want the red one to go in the middle. It actually does make sense, but it's really just an example. So I'm gonna go into the animations, and I'm going to go into the swing that's currently being played. And that's swing 1. You can see it's that same swing, right? And I need to go to I want to change the first one to be red. So animation sequences, I want the first one to be red. Number 1 to be red. And I made up my own custom animation notification node, which I'm sharing the code with you for. And notice it says mesh color. I'm going to change the mesh color from red. I want the first one to be green. Actually, I want the first one to be, yeah, green. Maybe I'll change it to something else later. So I'm going to make it green. And I'm going to change the second one to be red, because it seems to be the brighter color on the material that I'm using. So currently that one's green, so I'm changing that one to be red. Alright, it's XYZ, but it's really red, green, and blue. So I've just changed the notifications on this animation sequence. Now I'm done here. And again, that was a custom animation node. And now, watch the iteration time. I'm reloading the game already. I'm not compiling any code, especially when your code gets longer and or you don't have the code around to compile, or you're not allowed to because too many people are editing it or whatever. Check out the iteration time. Done! See that? So now the red one, which is much easier to see, is the one in the middle. The green one doesn't really fare too well because of the background. If it was a different background, maybe it would do better. Maybe we'll go over to these hills. Yeah, green still doesn't do that well. But anyway, the point is that already I've just changed the code for what's happening in game just with that custom animation node. Now let's say that I like the size of these the red one. I think the green and the blue one is too small, so I want to make the red one even bigger and make the green and the blue bigger. Again, using the custom animation node, this can all be done through the UDK editor without ever touching the code. Extremely fast iteration time. So let's go back to our swing animation. And also very user friendly if you want to set up something through code that the artist then modifies to they perfectly fine tune it while you're doing other things. You can set this up. So we're gonna make the first one bigger. Currently its scale is 1. We're gonna set it to just to make it out. Yeah, just to make it obvious, we'll make it 3. And it has a companion, which is the third one. So we're going to change that one, which is see it's the blue one. We're going to change that one to 3 as well, and we're going to set the middle one up to 5. Okay. Set it to mesh scale 5. And notice you can set these little comments that appear yourself. So see how it's showing a comment that I set in code telling the artist what this does. Spawn a mesh color. See these little tooltips are extremely useful. And I've set them myself, as you'll see in the file, and you can just change them to be anything that you want. So anyway, so we changed the the scale for that particular sword swing. Now let's go see how it looks in game. Notice we're dynamically changing the game world with a animation sword swing without ever touching the code. So I think it's unhappy because let's save these two too close together or something. Let's try this again. So yeah, that was a unsuccessful attempt to load the game. So anyway, observe what happens now. Yeah. See how they're very clearly bigger. Pretty obviously bigger. Yeah, look, I'm inside of it. So obviously that's a little too big. Hey, it looks like a bunch of planets now. But the point is that it worked. Wow. So, so let's review what happened in this first part of the tutorial. They're using a custom animation node, going just into the UDK, we could manually set values that changed in-game behavior on an animation that is precisely timed to the swinging of the sword. I can slow the animation down, and it'll still do exactly this. Oh, can't see. It'll still do exactly the same thing. Ready? Now see that standing still. Let's get a different angle here. Thank for jumping. So the red ones in the middle, they're all much bigger. In fact, I'd say they're probably a little too big, but they all load, and it doesn't matter what the angle of the animation is, position, speed, timing, anything. I can even turn really fast if I'm going. If I do it right. Let's see. Let's start again here. See that? So I made kind of a 360 loop, and once I do the drawing of the actual path of the sword, you'll be able to see that was really quite a 360 motion. But that is custom animation nodes made through script, and just a glimmer of what they can do. You can really do anything you want. You can make it so when a boss creature swings its sword, other creatures are spawned, or certain pieces of geometry in the level rumble or something. You can really do whatever you want with this custom animation node system, as I'm clearly illustrating here, changing colors, spawning objects. The spawning of the object is handled by the animation node as well. So, I hope you enjoyed the demonstration, and I'll have more to say on this soon. Enjoy! Had to do this.